Unbelievable! That is a dream goal!
They found it! They finally found the goal they were looking for!
What a finish that is! Do not scratch your eyes! This is really happening!
We're getting down to crunch time in the UPSL Premier American South. An automatic semifinal bid is on the line for our hosts, while the visitors are just fighting to stay in the first division. We've got another exciting game in frame presentation coming your way. Philadelphia Lone Star hosting Five Rivers Soccer Club. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff is in just a few minutes.
In UPSL Premier Division pre-professional soccer. The UPSL Premier Division and all its member teams pride themselves in the sportsmanship of their officials, players, and fans. With that in mind, we ask you to refrain from profane language or actions. Cheer on your team, respect your opponent and today's officials, and enjoy today's match. At this time, we ask all who are able to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. And veterans, we invite you to salute as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back to Southwest Philadelphia here at John Bartram High School Stadium for some interesting action here. UPSL Premier American South. Interesting look at the table here because we have Lone Star fighting to get into one of those top 2 automatic bid playoff spots, which is a huge advantage. They don't have to fight through that quarterfinal round. They go straight to the semis. But on the other hand, we have Five Rivers who are flirting with the relegation zone. They're sitting on 10 points, which for right now isn't too much of a problem, but it could be very quickly if Kensington Soccer Club can get another 3 points on the board. That would put them tied for that relegation spot on points. So they're definitely going to be wanting points. Lone Star really needs a win to jump SFC, who must have won last night with 11 matches played. They now sit at 22 points to Lone Star's 20. So an important game here for both sides for very different reasons, but still a very important match. I want to remind everyone today's Game and Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free right now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Five Rivers in black going from left to right. Lone Star in white going from right to left. And the Lone Star goalkeeper just heading down between the sticks right before we get underway here. Well, Oye Benedict is the man in goal for Lone Star. Goodwill Agbadem, their usual goalkeeper, is not starting this game, but Benedict will start and we're underway. From Southwest Philadelphia, very warm day, by the way, almost 90 degrees. And Five Rivers only have 11 players. That's going to be something to watch for as this game rolls along. But for right now, all 22 should be nice and fresh as Lone Star just ran out of room down that right-hand side, and we'll have Lone Star's first possession of the game. Goalkeeper's service finds a black shirt, and he's harassed in the middle of the field, but the referee says completely fairly, Lone Star with the ball back. Scanning for options. A lot of time on the ball in that pocket. Five Rivers just dropping deeper, giving Lone Star the respect their place in the table very much deserves. Keeper Van Kalkot is letting Lone Star come and pressure him before scooping that ball up. Attempted clearance didn't go as planned, but the second ball was won. Donzo, who had the miscued clearance. Now Five Rivers will have the throw. Back to the goalkeeper we go. Benedict serves that one out wide. A lot more room to operate over here. Ball's flying around early on here. Nice passing from both teams. That's Five Rivers who eventually came out with it. Nice piece of control there by Rivera, who sends the ball long, but offside the call from the linesman. Up the middle go Lone Star. Interesting shape from Five Rivers here. They're almost in like two batches. They have a front press and a rear guard going on, as that one just drifted offside there, according to the official. That was Mobility, by the way, who has probably the best name in Philadelphia amateur soccer. He's down the left-hand side today for Lone Star. Rapid, by the way. Watch him on the counter-attack, and if he gets any space out there, he will take it. Clinical finisher as well. Had a brace in an earlier Game and Frame broadcast this year. Nice play down the middle, possessing the ball, not much urgency to get forward. There's a cutting pass through the middle and around the side. Go Lone Star. Into the box we go. Cutting onto that left foot. It looked like a 1-2 with his teammate. There's the hit, blocked. And a little unfortunate for Musa Abdelgadir, who looked like he was going to get the ball in the box, but foul called by the referee. Header one by Lone Star, and nobody really finding much possession in the middle there, and finally Lone Star get their mitts around it. Abdelrahman Ali on the ball now. He's going to go right back to his teammate. And look at Lone Star now down the right-hand side. Ball served into the box, top of the box now. With some room, is he going to hit it? Lays it off to a teammate. Hit, saved by the Five Rivers goalkeeper, and it needed saving. First big chance of this match fell to Mobility, and I think that shot may have taken a deflection on the way in. But that's the first real scoring chance of this one. 6 minutes we've played now. Here's Mobility. Into the box now, cutting. Trying to create a little space. Lost the ball briefly, but it served a perfect ball in. And what a strike. And an almost better assist from Bility. It's 1-0 Lone Star. Bill Wally Kende made no mistake on that finish. Only about 8 yards out after a really nice clipped ball from Bility. And the team toward the top of the table are on top in this match. Celebratory goal horn here at John Bartram. As Wally Kende, it's Lone Star in front. Five Rivers again. We have to watch this because no substitutes on that bench over there. So while they're still fresh, they could really do with at least leveling this one, if not going in front. Here's a little space for maybe on the counter. Ball slotted in behind, but too long. It's going to trickle all the way to Benedict. Kalafala plays to his right, and the cutting pass picked off by Five Rivers. Rivera drops back. Rivera on the ball again, scanning his options. Finds one a bit further up the field in Fuentes. Lifted into the box. Benedict coming out, and he's going to claim that one without too much pressure. I don't know if you could pick that up on the stream, but the referee was counting there. Again, that's a new rule for all you old school soccer fans. The referee now gives the goalkeeper 8 seconds. If the ball is not out of his hands in 8 seconds, the opposing team is awarded a corner. That's a new initiative by FIFA to increase pace of play, have more of that 90 minutes on the ball with action, as opposed to, shall we say, coercing the clock. Ability went up for the header. I'm not sure there was a touch. There was a touch, according to the referee, and Lone Star get the throw. Ability on it again. 2 players surrounding him, so he has to go backwards. Kalafala, who comes to his holding mid. They'll play a little 1-2 and now try their luck down this right-hand side. Ball slotted in behind a Wally Kende. Has a hit, and he connected, but was never going to stay down. After you scored 1 goal, why not have a hit from there? Just a bit too high as the 10-minute mark comes and goes. Calcott's going to send the black shirts a little further up the field. Kick lifted forward, but Lone Star win it, and right back down towards the Five Rivers goal they go. Inside, cutting. There's a goal horn for some reason, not sure why, but the shot was deflected, and Calcott had no problem just getting his hands on that one. He'll roll out his defender. Left side is the Five Rivers attack now. Lone Star win it back. They go all the way back to Benedict. You find Kalafala, who now this Five Rivers press is so strange. It's in 2 batches. So they've beaten that first batch, and now look at all this space that Lone Star has in between the lines. They didn't really take too much of an advantage of it that time. Comes a little bit harder of a press from Five Rivers, and that's Ali who found Ability. Ability actually did hit Ali, but didn't quite hit him in stride. And Ability does well. And they'll send it around the back. Salif Dia was in the area there. Five Rivers will try and get the ball back under control. Nick Balogun played backwards there, and look at this crossfield ball to Ali, who's streaking down that left-hand side from the left back position. He kept it in. Oh, he did not keep it in. I spoke too soon. Now the Lone Star backline is trying to reshape while they try and sort out the marking situation. That was well done by Abdul Rahman Bari, who kept possession for Lone Star. Now, Kalafala again on the ball. Cutting pass didn't go quite to plan, but Balogun was able to get back on it. Ability inside now, and he's brought down. Referee, I guess, could have played advantage there, but decided to. Now there's a little bit of extracurricular activity there from Ability and 2 Five Rivers markers. Referee's having a chat with one of the Five Rivers players. It's Nilson Rivera, who is getting a talking to. Oh, scratch that. It was Ate Ortura who was getting the discussion from the referee, not Rivera. Lone Star now take that free kick short. On the very edge of shooting range, to be honest, but not much done with the short service. And Calcott lays that one off short. And I'm not sure if that was a dummy or if just a mistouch, but Lone Star now go back to Benedict. And that press is, again, a bit disjointed. Here comes more black shirts now to support. Benedict plays short. Balogun lays it off. That's Eugene Dennis who lifts it long. Ali, the intended target, couldn't get his touch. And now, look out. Here comes Five Rivers. They got the header on there. It wasn't exactly a troubling effort for Benedict, but it was on goal, so I think that will be his first save of this match. And they'll roll out to Dennis. It was Ajay Singh who got the header on frame there for Five Rivers. Has a bit of a miscue there from Abdel Gadir. Couldn't keep that ball in play. Lone Star going long there. Ability was the intended target. Ball was a bit too straight. One needed to be a bit more towards a corner flag, but never a bad idea to gamble on Ability's pace against pretty much anyone else in this division. Benedict with the ball at his feet now. Dennis looking for options. He just goes back to Benedict. Benedict finds Kalafala. Dennis looks long. Gets it to Abdel Gadir, who lays it off. Wally Kende looking to slot in Ability. And that's great goalkeeping from Calcott to play a very high line and come see that long ball out. And Singh was fouled there, according to the official, by Nick Balogun. Wally Kende very nearly turned his sister after that first goal of his. While we have in a second, I want to remind everyone of what's coming up on Game in Frame. We've got Osners FC taking on Kel Mendy at 7:30 in the UPSL Premier American North. And then we have Met Oval's U23 team taking on Kinston Stockade FC at 7. That's in the League for Clubs Northeast Division. That's all coming up here on Game in Frame, your home for grassroots soccer here in the Northeast. Well done by Nick Balogun to win it in a dangerous area and played forward by Ability, but ball was a bit too heavy for Abdel Gadir. So Five Rivers will try their luck, but again, that ball was too heavy. So a lot of that going around. Breeze just starting to freshen here in Southwest Philadelphia. A little bit of cloud cover moving into, which I'm sure the players will love, because if any of you watching have played on turf, you'll know that it's usually about 10 to 20 degrees warmer than the ambient air temperature. And again, we're almost at 90 here in Philly today, so I'm sure the players wouldn't mind a little less sunshine. It's a nice ball played down the right-hand side. Top of the box is Lone Star with space, laid off to Wally Kende. Step over, looking for room to shoot. Can't find it. He lays off. Nice piece of play there from Bari to keep it. Here's Billity into the middle of the field. He finds his man Balogun. Balogun lays it off. There's a hit. Dragged wide. I think we might have a... Oh, no, it's a goal kick. Linesman was just being by the book, sprinting to that 6-yard mark to let us all know it's a goal kick. And interesting here, Colcott's not taking his goal kicks. I also want to point out, I don't think that jersey oddity there with the one long sleeve, one short sleeve is a design choice. I think he might be wearing a shoulder brace of some sort, so I'm not sure if that's always Five Rivers' plan, is to let another player take it, or if Colcott might be dealing with an injury that's preventing him from doing so. Either way, that's usually puts the team taking the goal kick at a little bit of a disadvantage, just because that offside line gets moved all the way back to the 6-yard box, and could cause some troubles on a missed kick or something like that. But we'll keep an eye on that as this one moves along. Meanwhile, Lone Star's on the attacking foot again. Colcott's going to clear that one. Won by Bari. Sprayed wide. Now Five Rivers will look to counter. Here's Rivera. Plays wide to Ortua. Wally Kende almost got that return ball back to Bill. He couldn't quite get his toe on it. Rivera will get the chance to spray it down that left-hand side. Look at this press from Lone Star. Not normally high pressers, but that's what can happen. Billity cuts in, beats one, beats a second. He's in the box now with room. He didn't score, but his teammate did. Nice team goal there after a nice press from Lone Star. That puts him up 2-0. Abdelgadir followed Billity nicely. His shot was blocked, but Abdelgadir would not be denied. That's 2 after 20 minutes. Lone Star have scored 17 goals in their 10 games. So they're usually good for at least one, if not two. Surprising part is Five Rivers have only conceded 12 in their 10 matches. Defending hasn't really been the problem for this squad. It's more been an attacking issue for them. But it's Lone Star who are exploiting the spaces here, and so far going very, very well for them. 2-0 up. Just a little over 20 minutes in. Again, something to keep in mind here is the goal difference discussion for those playoff points. And look at this one. It's also fallen. Unselfish play from Lone Star. No offside. Make it 3-0. Ability on the score sheet. That last goal went from Abdelgadir from Ability. Now this one, Abdelgadir to Ability. So the favor has been repaid. And I think we have a goal. The referees are having a chat here. And we do have a goal. I think there was maybe a question raised from Five Rivers that they were trying to answer, but the fact of the matter is that it's 3-0 Lone Star. And that ball's kind of wasted there from Five Rivers, as Benedict's going to get the ball under his spell and just roll it out very calmly. Halafala plays to Balogun. Balogun plays to Dennis. Halafala back on it. He finds Balogun. Balogun with his head up, looking for maybe a more attacking option. He doesn't find one. He'll spray it to the right flank, and as you can probably imagine, Lone Star just happy keeping the ball at this point, making Five Rivers move from left to right and back again, expending some of that precious energy because there are, again, no substitutes on that Five Rivers bench. So, it's a ton of possession early on in this one for Lone Star. That's not what Five Rivers would have wanted. Here comes Dennis. Dennis finds Bility down the left-hand side. Couldn't get a touch on it at first. He's kept it in, and the official has said that went out for a throw-in. Five Rivers to get us back in play. And another turnover, and it's just not what you want to see if you're a Five Rivers fan. Having a lot of trouble keeping the ball early on in this one. Here's Fuentes trying to make something happen down that left-hand side. A little bit of a stumble from the Lone Star player. And look at the black shirts coming in on goal. And what a tackle by Eugene Dennis. I can't believe he was even able to track all the way back to get there, let alone actually win the ball in the box. That may have saved a goal, because there was a little stumble there from one of the Lone Star players, and it looked like Five Rivers man was in behind. And actually, oh no, I thought Dennis might have even won a throw, and that would have been a real hero move, but it's going to be a hydration break for these warm temperatures, so we'll step aside while the players get a drink of water. All right, welcome back. The players are fully hydrated, and while it's not ideal to not have any substitutes, I'm sure the Five Rivers players are thrilled that it's warm enough for a hydration break where they can at least take a couple of sips of water and get some rest for those legs. Here's a hit from distance. Benedict scrambled down to his right to make sure, but it's off target, and Lone Star will get a goal kick. While we have some time, I want to let you know that at halftime we have the goals of the month coming up for the month of May. As we're going to wait here as Five Rivers have won it in a dangerous position. Benedict with a huge save, and a second one actually, and he's forced the corner. So some sloppy play from Lone Star, and Benedict to the rescue as out of nowhere, Five Rivers really haven't created much of a chance before about 2 minutes ago when they had that breakaway, and they almost probably should have scored there if not for Mr. Benedict in goal. Rivera now lifts one in back post. There is a runner back there. It's Fuentes. Fuentes keeps it in. Really nice turn in the box. He goes down. Referee awards a penalty. Fuentes with a brilliant turn, brought down in the box, and spot kick incoming for Five Rivers. Half hour gone. And this is a big chance for Five Rivers to claw one back here. Alan Gomez, a man who's going to take the shot from 12 yards out. Quick check of the rest of the players on the pitch. Gomez has a peek, fires into that bottom corner. Benedict guessed right, but he wasn't stopping that one. It's 3-1. 30 minutes into this match. Hydration break doing the shorthanded Five Rivers some good. And we'll see if they can't claw one, if not two, back before halftime. Sure, Lone Star and their coaching staff won't be happy with that. And here's Ali. Ali down this left-hand side gets it back from the 1-2. Turned over. Five Rivers up through the line, challenged by Bari. Bari wins it back for his squad. Lone Star now looking to create something. Was touchdown and hoofed clear by Five Rivers, and now Dennis will get back on the ball in lots of space, but much further back down the pitch. Halafala plays Dennis. Dennis goes backwards to Benedict. Benedict, under a little bit of pressure, he'll have to get rid of it, and does. Fuentes wins it back. Fuentes plays inside to Gomez. Gomez gets it back to Fuentes. Fuentes is in the box again. He lays it off. Here's Rivera. Rivera hits, it's blocked, and Lone Star player goes down after that shot. And I think Lone Star might want to play this out because their man is still in trouble here. I'm not sure what part. Now the referee's having a word with two players that were in on that challenge here. I'm not sure if it was even for a foul. It might have just been a stoppage for the injury. He's still sorting this out. I'm not sure what the referee's call was there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the referee spotted the injury and was worried about it. Lone Star had the ball. And now he's explaining to the Five Rivers players why Lone Star's getting the ball. Dennis sends it long, finds Bari, and, excuse me, that's Abdelgadir. My apologies. Abdelgadir heads it out. He'll lead the press, which is just a two-man press right now. It's him and Billity. Here's Billity doing the second leg of the pressing. And there's Bari, who won that one back for his squad. Kalafala plays to Dennis. Dennis sends it wide. Fuentes came over to challenge that. Did he win it back? He did not. Throw in for Lone Star. They get it right back in play. And Lone Star going to clip out wide to Billity. Billity's inside the box again. Cross was blocked, but throw in a dangerous location for the white shirts. Ali throws it in. Billity being harassed right outside the box. He got it back after a 1-2 with Ali. There's a hit from Bari, but tame effort right at Calcott. Calcott rolls out. Ooh. Balogun very nearly nicked that one. Kalafala wins the header pretty convincingly. And Abdelgadir will benefit from it. He tried to slot in Wally Kende a little too long. I started talking about this earlier. We have the May Goals of the Month coming up at halftime, so don't go anywhere. You'll want to see those, and then I want you to head to our Instagram page at Game in Frame and vote for your favorite, because the one that gets the most votes will win an Aircase cleat bag and also just the bragging rights for having the Goal of the Month for all of our Game in Frame teams, which covers a huge part of New York City and New Jersey and here in Pennsylvania. So, as Billity streaks down this left-hand side, he's looking for a Goal of the Month opportunity. He didn't quite get it. It was blocked, but he did win a corner. Already on the score sheet is Billity. An assist as well. Billity's going to be the man to take this one. Clipped in back post. Abdelgadir actually brought it down. Still with Lone Star in the box. A handball shout goes unanswered. A cross was cleared. Out to Balogun. Balogun with the hit. Oh, just wide. A deflection, according to the referee. Five Rivers must have gotten a touch on that one. Must not have been much of a touch because that had a lot of pace coming in off the foot of Balogun, but corner opportunity for Alvin Don. He's going to take it on that far side. About 7 minutes left of the 45. Probably a little bit of extra time added on as well because of the hydration break. Like Don's cross. Oh, that ball was hammered off the corner, and it was still rising when it crossed that back post. And yeah, you can see his he's making the hand motion of what that ball did. Just shot up almost like a golf shot. It was always rising. Ali misses out on that header. Here's Singh. He's going to slot in behind. Five Rivers coming the other way now. Here's Goncio. Cuts inside. Benedict comes out. Good goalkeeping there to spring on that loose touch from Goncio. And now he rolls to Ali with a lot of room because Goncio is still working to get back into the play. Ali. All the way back to Benedict. Benedict with the big touch out. And he's looking for an easier option. Couldn't find one. Goncio was pressuring pretty hard, so Benedict has to go long. And Five Rivers will win back possession. Fuentes. played it over to Rivera. And they end up having to go backwards. Lowen Gabriel tried to find a pass, couldn't find one. And Balogun dodging traffic in the middle of the park to keep possession. Ability on it. Goes into Wally Kende. Wally Kende finds Bari. Bari couldn't get it to another white shirt, and Singh goes down. Singh was immediately looking for a yellow card for that challenge. I think he's going to get his wish. Balogun is carded. I think so. That's interesting there. I don't know if did Singh get a yellow there? There was the referee showed the yellow card to Balogun and then raised it a second time. I don't know if that was to emphasize to Balogun that that was his yellow, or if he awarded a card to Singh for dissent or something. I'm not sure about that. Keep an eye on that, as there's a battle going on in that back corner, and foul from the Five Rivers player was the call by the referee. And nice play down the right. And can that spring Lone Star down? Lowen Gabriel beats one man, but there's and down in the box went a Lone Star player, and that's going to be a penalty. Lowen Gabriel cut that one back to get it away from Wally Kende, but Abdelgadir was waiting, and then he was brought down in the box. And Gabriel's going to have to be careful here because he just marched over to the linesman, I think, looking for help to say it wasn't a penalty, but the referee understandably didn't take too kindly to that. And the final call is penalty. So Abdelgadir from 12 yards out is going to get the chance for a brace here to go with his assist. The 42nd minute from the spot. Abdelgadir does bury it just about. It was, the keeper got a hand to it but couldn't deny. Abdelgadir for Lone Star's fourth goal of the match. The goal horn letting you all know that the hosts are now up by 3 goals once again. So we are back underway. Only 3 minutes left of the first 45. Again, probably some stoppage time to tack onto that because of the hydration break. But Lone Star aren't slowing down. Here they come again. Here's Don down the right-hand side, fighting off one challenge, maybe a second, trying to find space from a third. Bility in behind, hits the goalkeeper. I'm not sure Calcott had any time to react to that, but he was in the right spot. And that's a big save for the Five Rivers goalkeeper to keep this one at a 3-goal deficit. Ali went to throw it in. I think the referee was saying, I've never heard that one. I've heard a referee saying the throw-in was being taken too far up, but never too far back. But Dia now gets the ball in, and there is Dia. Cuts it back inside the 6 is Wally Kende. Shot was blocked. There's the hit again. What a save from Calcott to get across his goal mouth and cover up that far post. But Lone Star, especially in the attack, are feeling it today. 4 goals already. Could have been 6 or 7 by this point. That's a strong tackle on that far side. I think he won the ball, but referee didn't like it. I guess maybe saying he went through the player after winning the ball. I think that's probably the explanation he's giving now. Because the tackle, at least initially, looked fair enough, to be honest. Oh, it is fair enough. I think the referee was worried about the extracurriculars. So the no foul here. It was just a throw-in awarded to Five Rivers, and in it goes. There's Fuentes. Ball's cleared, and is it kept in? Not quite, says the linesman. And Abdelgadir pleading his case. To no effect, it seems, as Five Rivers throws it back in. Another throw-in for Five Rivers. So referee called a foul there. That was the delay. So that's actually much better for Five Rivers, as Eugene Dennis is trying to have Lone Star hold a line here. As it's like Benedict's going to have a lot of room to come out and grab this one if he needs to. And Dennis actually wins the header. And look at this. Ability's in a ton of space, and he's got help down that far side if he can see it. He did see it, and it's a perfect, almost a perfect ball to Alvin Don. Don was about an inch behind it. Don does beat his man anyway, though. He's in behind. Cutback didn't quite find a white shirt, but Wally Kende's on it. Wally Kende gets his pocket picked, and back the other way. So as time's running out in this first half, the action as good as ever. End-to-end stuff. As Fuentes was a really nice touch to get around Dennis, but Dennis using that athletic ability to get behind the ball and eventually wins a foul. And a foul called for the Five Rivers player wasn't thrilled with that one. That was Zariab Abdu, who wasn't exactly happy with the foul call there. He's got to watch himself because, again, there's no help on that bench if one of these guys gets a cheap yellow card. So we'll see. Nice turn there by Five Rivers man Nilson Rivera. Singh goes back to Gabriel. Gabriel goes back to Singh. Layoff to Rivera. Rivera was fouled by Balogun. That ball's slung out to Abdu. Abdu whips a cross in, but Dennis was the closest man to it. And that's it for our first half of action. Your score at the break. Lone Star 4, Five Rivers 1. Don't go anywhere because we have the May goals of the month coming up right now.
Tomagate looks to be the one to set the poise. He takes a shot. Tomagate with the top of the corner. Untouchable. Tomagate ties this one up for Lone Star.
They go short. Vizcaíno. Etienne volley, fantastic! Etienne makes it look so easy. Volleying from the edge of the box, over the outstretched hand of Andrade. Sousa. Kamara, good move. Can he set himself up? Cuts it back. Kamara! What a dribble! And then the goal. It's 2-0 Ironbound. They put it away with 3 minutes to go. It's a debut goal for Seydou Kamara in the UPSL Premier.
Last next to match, Ibarra. Travella! What a shot! Unbelievable. Travella from Ibarra.
As we wait for the referee to blow her whistle. Both fake. Marty takes the shot, curls it in, back of the net! Marty with a free kick laid on! Love City back with the lead!
Matt Oval now comes forward. Gonzalez, quick passing in the midfield. A great ball behind the line. Bernard now White shots to his right. Matt Oval 3.
Lorient towards the top of the box, towards Merchant, who will line up his right. Merchant! That's mesmeric from Merchant. A lovely strike. With point and difference.
Find a little flick there. And the shot is in. Here we go. And it's a beautiful goal. Renegades. What a shot. A bullet into the top left corner. Milton Campos.
Palameke, oh my word! Stunning! It's an explosive Colombian thunderbolt straight into the back of the net.
Keenan with two humongous saves here at the end. Lansdowne looking for a winner. Still pressure, there it is! Over Keenan, not enough pressure outside the box. And Lansdowne have flipped the score with 2 goals in the second half.
His pass just as loose. That was a bit more tight there from Cruz. Lozano can come the other way. He did really well to get past that back line. He can square or take the shots. Game tied.
To recover. Gonna give it to Daya. Daya scored, able to get that one in.
Breslin.
At the goal. Oh, goal from Breslin! Unbelievable from his own half.
Castillo takes a shot, and it's a beauty in the top corner, nestles in, and he points. He knows what he just did was something you only dream of.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not gonna stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back to Southwest Philadelphia and this UPSL Premier American South action. Lone Star, 4 goals in the first 45 minutes. Five Rivers getting on the board as well with a penalty. So it is 4-1. Hope you enjoyed the goals of the month, featuring actually 2 players from Lone Star, Amadou Kamagate and Mr. Saif Dia. Both had goals of the month nominees. So as we get underway here, make sure you head to our Instagram at some point before midnight tonight to get your vote in for the goal of the month. Again, the winner gets an air case cleat bag. So it's not just the bragging rights. There's a prize on the line too. So go vote for your favorite on our Instagram, Game in Frame. Meanwhile, we've got Five Rivers playing some tiki-taka possession play at the top of the box and ended up in a shot, but that shot was quickly blocked. Wally Kende gets the ball down, and Five Rivers player goes over in a heap, and the referee's actually showing a card here, so I'm guessing it was like an elbow or a hand or something, because Wally Kende had the ball. So I'm not sure. Must have caught the Five Rivers player in the head or neck area. That's the only thing I can think of. Reminder, if the result holds here, Lone Star will leapfrog SFC for that coveted second place. As this ball is lifted in, Rivera got the header to it, but Benedict's going to comfortably save that one. That second playoff spot means that Lone Star will not need to play a quarterfinal match. They'll get a bye straight to the semis, which is huge, not just from a results perspective, but also from just a rest and rehabilitation perspective. You know, you won't have to burn the legs in that quarterfinal match, and they'll be fresh for the semis. So again, that's if this result holds. They'll leapfrog SFC 1924 into that second spot. Here's Dennis. Dennis plays back to Benedict. All still just slinging around the back here for Lone Star. Now the Five Rivers press comes, and just as soon as it starts, it's been beaten here as Abdelgadir tried to find Wally Kende, and there's a bit of a miscue, but ball flies out of play. While we have some time, I want to remind everyone today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free right now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Cutting through ball there from Five Rivers gets picked off, and Ali's going to work up the field. Now inside to Balian. Balian scythes it over here to Dennis. Go back to Benedict. Lone Star trying to rein this ball in. And surrounded there was the Five Rivers player. Wally Kende was the target in the middle of the field there. Couldn't find him, but back on the ball was Abdul Rahman Bari, and Lone Star will look to go again. Wally Kende in behind here. He's into the box. Well dealt with there by Gabriel. Wally Kende's already on the score sheet. Good win by Balogun to get it back to Dennis and retain possession for Lone Star. Dennis not happy with somebody. Not sure who his ire was directed towards there, but angry with something. And I think that might have been directed at Donzo there for not making that run up the right-hand side, and then he made the run, and of course the ball didn't come to him, so maybe just struggling to get on the same page here to start this second half. But Wally Kende was working his way forward and brought down, and foul called here about 35 yards from goal. Ball is set up here for Five Rivers. And here's Balogun. Not sure we'll see a shot here. Doesn't look like he's lining up for one. No, he goes short instead. Set piece routine does not go to plan, but I was going to say they won it back, but the Lone Star man was coming from an offside position. Oh, we have a second. I want to remind you what's coming up here on Game in Frame. Tonight at 7:30, we have Osners FC taking on Kelmendi in the UPSL Premier American North Division. Then we have Met Oval's U23s taking on Kingston Stockade. That's at 7 o'clock in the League for Clubs Northeast Division. So lots going on here on Game in Frame, your home for grassroots soccer here in the Northeast. And that could have been trouble for Five Rivers, but the run started an offside position. So exhale for Lone Star. They'll get to work the ball out at their leisure here. Don plays back to Dennis. Dennis gives it back to Don. Don scans his options, finds Dia on that far side, or excuse me, Ali on that far side. Bari. Oh, actually hit the Lone Star player, but it's fallen to Don here. Don has a hit, but it was straight down the pipe right at Gerjavon Calcott, who made a couple of big saves in that first half, too. That one was did not take as much of his athletic ability as some of those ones in the first half we saw. Balogun couldn't keep that one in play, so Five Rivers will throw in. Around the back goes Five Rivers. Don almost got there, but just missed out. As Fuentes with a little Maradona. Didn't come off. And now here comes Abdel Gadir. Beats his man going into the box. He's on a hat trick, by the way. I'm sure he'd love yeah, I was going to say, Abdel Gadir actually had his hand around the defender. Ooh, it's not happy with that call. I think it was the right one, in fairness. So pinned in deep here is Five Rivers. Well, looks like he's gotten the message to just pump it long. Oh, nice little flick there from Five Rivers. Second one from Fuentes, but didn't find Singh. Here's Five Rivers now. After the turnover, Rivera trying to get around this Lone Star midfield, but ball trickled out of play. Here's Singh. Singh goes around the corner to Fuentes. Dennis giving him a tough time down that sideline, and ball did go out of play. And Billity goes down. Referee seems uninterested. Five Rivers plays on. Fuentes. Fuentes inside to Rivera. Rivera goes across, all the way across to Singh. Down the right. There's Rivera again. Rivera clipped in there. And it did find a Five Rivers player. And I actually think his foot went over the head of a Lone Star player. That was wild. Fortunately, I don't think he made any contact, but the referee did blow it for dangerous play, I'm assuming. So, referee's having Lone Star back it up a bit. And nice little combination play to Wally Kende. Wally Kende finds Don down this right-hand side. Don's in a lot more space. Now into the box. Beats one man. Cut back ball. A little too far ahead of Wally Kende on the return pass. But another dangerous looking attack from Lone Star. As we're a little over 10 minutes into the second half. Here they come again. Ability down the left. Head up. Beat his man. It was played out of play, and now it's a throw-in. It must be right next to the corner flag for Lone Star. Throw in there. Cleared by Five Rivers. And wow, that's a clearance. That ball was a mile high. And we're going to need a new rock. As Lone Star goes all the way back to Benedict. Benedict will play Dennis. Dennis has a little bit more room, but Fuentes closed quickly, so he had to go back to Benedict. Dennis back on the ball. Headed by Balogun, looking for Abdelgadir. Couldn't quite find him. Dispossessed in the middle of the park, and here comes Lone Star. Oh, that ball was a good-looking ball for Alvin Don, but couldn't find him. Rivers trying to go down that far side, and they've gotten on the ball. Can they find the pass? They can't. That's been Five Rivers' story. They've possessed the ball pretty decently. It's just not finding that last pass. Alvin Don goes back to Bari. And that ball intended for Donzo goes off his foot. And we'll have throw in for Five Rivers. Throw in goes to Fuentes. Fuentes turns his man very well. And he's in behind. And that ball was actually tipped, but still made his way over to its intended target, and some problems here for Five Rivers. There's a Five Rivers player asking for a red card, which I didn't see the challenge, but I have a hard time believing. Now he's demonstrating the foul, so Singh is the man down. But while they're checking on him, Nick Baligan's going to exit this match. And in his place is going to be Moad Karuchi. Karuchi is just 18 years old, by the way. So good to see Singh back up on his feet. Karuchi's into this game. And they're back underway. Dennis goes short to Bari. Bari thinks better of it and goes to Kalafala, who back to Barry, and ability with a lovely flick with the outside of his boot. Dispossessed by the Five Rivers player and goes around the corner. And there's a strong tackle. So this is an interesting one here. So I don't even think the Lone Star player even made contact with the Five Rivers player, but he went in with 2 feet, and that's why all the Five Rivers players were upset. So I can't imagine him giving a foul for this because there wasn't any contact, but he's probably just having a word with him and saying if there was any contact, I probably would have had to send you off. So as the throw-in came in there, a black shirt hit the ground, but no appeals for a foul. So I think it might have just been a slip, and eventually found its way back to Benedict, who happily picks it up. Coming up on 20 minutes into this second half, assuming we'll get another hydration break, as it's cooled off a little bit from that first half, but not much. Cloud cover helps, actually, but still very warm here. And again, if you've played on turf, it's much warmer. Dennis plays forward to Donzo. Donzo finds Don and makes the overlapping run. And Don pushes past the player, and oh boy, as I don't know. I don't like that yellow card. Don did not go in on a challenge there. That is not a good yellow card from the referee. I don't normally like to critique them that harshly, but that's just, he didn't see that correctly. Because Don did everything to pull out of that, and Don's pleading his case, and I think he's absolutely right. I think if the referee were to watch that back, he would maybe see it better from our perspective up here, because that's just not a yellow card. But we're going to play on, and Karuchi, with his first touch of the match, gets it over to Bari. It's it right back and does well with a little shoulder feint to find Ali down the left-hand side. Ali goes backwards to Kalafala. Carucci back to Kalafala. And they'll go all the way back to Benedict. Carucci, bad turnover there. Fuentes gets to it first, and now he goes around the corner. I think that might have been a ball play to himself. Benedict's going to come and see it out, and actually did well to kind of use his body to just stop Fuentes from getting on the end of that one, and he'll have his own goal kick. Strong tackle there from the Five Rivers player, and Donzo somehow actually popped up and kept going. Turnover eventually. There's Don who goes and wins it back. Here's Dennis. Inside to Don. Don plays a nice ball over to Wally Kende. Wally Kende found Billity, but Billity couldn't control it. The referee's just having him back the throw up. Rivera. Rivera again goes back to Gabriel. Over here to Abdu. Out of play. Still Five Rivers ball. Here's Singh. Don creates a little bit of space so he can find Dennis. Benedict very nearly misses Fuentes, but did find Donzo, who turned it over. Rivera's gone backwards. I think Fuentes is struggling a little bit here behind the plate, but again, there's no help. So it's either leave your team shorthanded or just take a deep breath and grit yourself through it. Here's Billity with some room to run. Inside to Carucci. Carucci is taken down, and I think that's going to be a card on the break here. And the card is shown to, I think it was Alan Gomez who made that tackle. And this one is in prime shooting position, about a little under 30 yards out, and smack dab in the middle of the pitch. So looks like 4 in the wall for Five Rivers. Nope, Singh's in there, so it's an even 5 for Five Rivers. That's fitting. Here's the set piece. Can they get it up and down? Just missed it. That came off the American football upright. So cleared the wall, but couldn't quite get it back down. Just missed it. And looks like we're going to have a couple of subs come in for Lone Star. Wally Kende is making his way out of this one, as is Alvin Don. And ball is back in play. Christopher Simmons checked into this match for Lone Star. Ali just making sure that one doesn't run out of play. And here is Simmons now with his first touch. Goes to Ali. Into the 70th minute now. Here is Abdel Gadir. Simmons. The pass was on for Billy, who swung over to this right-hand side, but ball was a bit too heavy, and that is going to be the signal for the hydration break. So we'll step aside for a couple minutes while the guys get a drink. Hydration break is over, and we're back underway. Also wanted to mention Christian Herrera checked in on the last round of subs for Lone Star. He's down that left-hand flank for the guys in white, so see if he has any impact on this game. For now, Five Rivers trying to get back within a 2-goal deficit, but they're not going to do it right yet because that was offside for Mr. Fuentes. And now is when the legs of the Five Rivers players are probably feeling quite heavy, as it's been 75 minutes of running around in this heat. So, and again, no substitutes over there for our visitors. So it's gonna a real gut check kind of last 15 or so for them. Probably gonna have some stoppage time to tack on just because of the hydration break. But for now, Carucci finds Simmons. Simmons laid it back to Dennis. Dennis finds Donzo. Donzo's got his head up, and he finds the run of Simmons with those fresh legs. Running down this right side. Tried to cut in there, stood up, but now he's into the box, and he cut it back. He does cut it back, and oh, it looks like Ali put it out for a corner, I think. I am pretty sure that ball, that cross rather, fell to Abdelgadir, who is on a hat trick. He is going to see that one in his nightmares, not being able to bring that one down, because I think he was about as unmarked as you can be inside the 6. And he just couldn't get it under control. And Herrera won that one back, and look out, he's got space to run into. He slots across for Billity. Billity beats the goalkeeper, still going, and what a goal line save. Not from the goalkeeper, but from Gabriel, who was standing with his heels on the goal line and kept that ball out. Billity must have been convinced he scored and just couldn't he beat the goalkeeper, but couldn't beat that last defender. Gabriel saves a 5th goal from going in. While Lone Star is going to go all the way back to Benedict. Play out to Dennis. Dennis with his head up. Scanning for options. Finds one. I think it was Herrera. Went over his head. We'll go out for a throw. And for the first time, credit to them, I'm starting to see some hands on the heads and on the hips for the Five Rivers players, who I got to be convinced are just gassed right now. They haven't had a ton of possession and chasing a lot of this game, and with no substitutes, that's a lot of running in this weather. Ali comes to press that throw in. He must have played it out, because it's another throw in for Five Rivers, and same goes for Kalafala and a little further up the pitch. Five Rivers throw again. They'll go backwards this time into a little bit more space. They'll fling that diagonal ball to Singh, and it actually is going to find Singh. Singh had a hit, but it was blocked by Donzo. Might have needed blocking. It looked like a decent catch from Mr. Singh there, but it is going to be a corner for Five Rivers. Let's see if they can convert. Corner whipped in. It's at that near post. Singh, I don't know if Singh made contact or missed, but that ball flashed across the face of goal. And fortunately for Lone Star, no black shirts could get on the end of it. So with 11 minutes remaining of the 90, we stay at 4-1 to the hosts. And again, that scoreline enough to see them into second place in the American South table. An automatic bid into that semifinal. if you can manage to get that first or second spot. Again, the concern for Five Rivers is this will not, as things stand, get them any points to crawl out of that relegation battle down at the bottom. Currently, UCF-SC Warriors in last, and Kensington in second to last. Those are the relegation spots. As Simmons skips by here, can he get his teammate a hat trick? Not quite yet. There's another cutback. It's blocked again, and it's going to be a corner. Less than 10 minutes remaining of the 90. Time running out for Abdelgadir to get on the score sheet for the third time today. Hat trick on the line. Simmons with one hand up. He floats it back post, looking, I think, for Abdelgadir. It fell to Carucci, who had a hit. Blocked. Singh finds Fuentes up with a little bit limited options, and he has his pocket pick. They're going to retain the throw-in, but you can just see the Five Rivers players are just exhausted, and it's hard to blame them. As Herrera fought a little too hard to win that ball back, and he's called for the foul. Singh had that ball actually skip off of a Five Rivers player and deflected all the way back to Benedict in goal, which was about 40 yards away. And Benedict bravely playing short there. And it looks like it panned out because here comes Lone Star once again. Down the right-hand side to Simmons. Simmons picks his head up. He's running towards the box. Beats two players. Finds, I spoke too soon. Tried to find his teammate at the top of the box. Couldn't do it. Here's Ali. Ali found Herrera, and he'll get it back off a 1-2. Can he keep it in? He can for now, and he beats another player. Has a hit from that tight angle. It was a bit too tight to score, so Calcott knocks it down to himself and is able to, again, keep the deficit at 3 for now. Carucci pressed that one, couldn't get there. Dennis will go backwards to Benedict. Donzo up the right-hand side. Simmons finds Dia, who checked into this game at some point. And that one's going to get across. Five Rivers now with the ball in a positive position. Here's Fuentes looking for help. Finds it. And the ball intended for his teammate, but only found Carucci. And Ali will go backwards to Calafala, and he'll swing it to Dennis, to Carucci, to Herrera. Herrera finds Bari in the middle. That's Donzo. Dia. Dia had that cleared against his shin, and Five Rivers get it back. Simmons forcing the short option to Singh. Foul called on Donzo there. 5 minutes remaining in the 90. 5 minutes. And Simmons called for the foul there. Singh on the ball. Singh tried to go backwards. It was blocked, and Simmons pings it off of him and stayed in play. And Singh, I think, is just gassed. He started at forward, and I think he's just drifted back, just try and save himself a little bit of running, and he's just exhausted. And it's hard to blame him because it's very, very warm, and they haven't had a lot of the ball today. Here's Simmons down the right. Simmons beats one, got his pass off. Carucci was hovering there. Ali has a hit as dragged wide. Fuentes went up for that one, couldn't connect, so Lone Star come again. Bari finds Donzo. Donzo's touch wasn't great, but nobody really in the area to give him any trouble. Dia finds Simmons. Simmons loses it, but Lone Star gets it right back. Donzo now on the ball. Backwards all the way to Benedict. Carucci back to Benedict. Carucci under a lot of pressure from Fuentes. Does well to just create the space, and Benedict finally just clears it to Dia. Dia had a nice touch to keep possession, and he finds Ali. Ali goes forward to Herrera. Can Herrera get there? He can't beat Gabriel, who's had a pretty good game, all things considered. Goal line clearance, not the least of his contributions. There's Dia. Dia. On it again. He has a hit. Big deflection, and it went just wide. I think must have been the deflection that was offside. But inches away from a 5th goal here to round out the festivities for the hosts. Ball pinged in to Abdelgadir, who very reasonably passed it over to, or tried to pass it over to Simmons on a hat trick with time running out. I think I might have had a shot from there, but Abdelgadir's a better man than I am. Referees just I think the referee was just verifying that Abdelgadir wasn't inside the 18. Here comes Five Rivers. Carucci picks that one off. Needed it too. I think that Five Rivers might have gotten in behind there had that pass been completed. And look at that. Nice play from the Five Rivers man, Goncio, who was able to keep the ball despite getting knocked down, but couldn't quite get on the end of it. And can this one stay in for Lone Star? It can. Donzo keeps it in, finds Dennis, and we have about 60 seconds remaining of the first 90. Not sure how much stoppage time we'll have, if any. There was a hydration break, so you got to think there'll be at least a couple minutes. But not sure how much more than that. Carucci picks the pocket. Can he get in behind unselfishly lays it off to Dia. Dia finds Simmons. Simmons into the box now. He's going to have a hit. Cracks one. What a finish from Simmons! The substitute puts the exclamation point on the end of a big day for this Lone Star attack. 5-1 for the hosts. And certainly 3 points can go in the book now. Emphatic finish for the 5th goal. Christopher Simmons puts the final nail in the coffin as the 90th minute begins now. Shouldn't be long now before the referee signals an end to this one. And that was the final kick of this one. Your score from Southwest Philadelphia. Lone Star 5, Five Rivers 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with an interview in just a few minutes.
Set the poise. He takes a shot. Tomagate with the top of the corner. Untouchable. Tomagate ties this one up for Lone Star.
They go short. Vizcaíno. Etienne volley. Fantastic. Etienne makes it look so easy. Volleying from the edge of the box. Over the outstretched hand of Andrade. Sousa. Kamara, good move. Can he set himself up? Cuts it back. Kamara! What a dribble! And then the goal. It's 2-0 Ironbound. They put it away with 3 minutes to go. It's a debut goal for Seydou Kamara in the UPSL Premier.
Last next to match. Ibarra. Trivella! What a shot! Unbelievable. Trivella from Ibarra.
As we wait for the referee to blow her whistle. Both fake. Marty takes the shot, curls it in, back of the net! Marty with a free kick late on! Love City back with the lead!
Matt Oval now comes forward. Gonzalez, quick passing in the midfield. A great ball behind the line. Bernard now. White shots to his right. Matt Oval 3.
Lorient towards the top of the box, towards Merchant, who will line up his right. Merchant! That's mesmeric from Merchant. A lovely strike. With point and difference.
Trying a little flick there. And the shot is in. Here we go. And it's a beautiful goal. Renegades. What a shot. A bullet into the top left corner. Milton Campos.
Palameke, oh my word! Stunning! It's an explosive Colombian thunderbolt straight into the back of the net.
Keenan with 2 humongous saves here at the end. Lansdowne looking for a winner. Still pressure, there it is! Over Keenan, not enough pressure outside the box. And Lansdowne have flipped the score with 2 goals in the second half.
His pass just as loose. That was a bit more tight there from Cruz. Lozano can come the other way. He did really well to get past that back line. He can square or take the shots. Game tied.
To recover. Gonna give it to Daya. Daya scored, able to get that one in.
Breslin. At the goal. Oh, goal from Breslin! Unbelievable from his own.
Welcome back to Southwest Philadelphia. I'm here with the leading man for Lone Star, Musa Abdelgadir. And Musa, I feel like every time we broadcast a Lone Star game, you guys are putting 3, 4, 5 goals away. What is it about this attack that's been so potent this entire season?
So it's a lot of things, really, you know. It's a lot of pace up top that we have, a lot of chemistry. You know, these guys have been playing with each other for a very long time, you know, and we just practice a lot of, you know, counter-attacking football, like, you know, PSG type of play, and I think we really do it well. And yeah.
So, you know, this win puts you in that second place spot in the table where you get that bye from the quarterfinal, you go right to the semis. How big is that? Not just from obviously, you know, an automatic bid into the semis, but to escape the quarterfinals grind and all the pressure it puts on the legs. How important is that for the team?
I think it's very important, you know, like we're more than ready, you know, for the semifinals, and I don't think it was necessary for us to ever play at quarterfinals. But, you know, it's more than just a bye week. Having you know, I think we host the semifinals at home because of that. I think it's very good for the community, you know, and we just wanted to make all our fans happy, really, and we're doing that, so I think it's good.
One of the things I've noticed about Lone Star is, you know, there's constant movement kind of up and down the teams, like into the USL team and then back down, and you guys kind of just rotate players as needed, you know, each weekend. How important is it to have clubs at multiple level or teams at multiple levels within the same club that play the same way, that allow you to just kind of, you know, interchange players as needed for cases like this?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes, you know, for the coaching staff, because, you know, we're a club with a lot of talent, so I think, you know, just finding the perfect 18 or 19 squad man it's pretty easy for the coach sometimes, but it's more about who not to put in than who, you know, to include, because like I said, it's a lot of talent, and, you know, just playing around, you know, trying to manage the players' workloads too. I think that coaches do that very well. So, yeah.
A lot of talent indeed. An understatement, I'd say. 5-1 here for Lone Star. That was a huge win for them. Big 3 points, and we'll see how they do moving forward in this UPSL Premier American South Conference. But for now, I'm Jake Gillespie for my man Nick on the camera. Thanks for watching another Game and Frame presentation.